Like a flowing tree sap going steadily down the bark of a tree, my thoughts ensue, trading peace of mind for fleeting pleasures of the senses. As I go up the snowy mountain top, I come to a deeper appreciation for the wounds, the self-inflicted wounds of my soul. Too long have I forfeited my birthright for nothing more than a pot of lentils. I long to see the stars, the planets, and in knowing their orbits and all their unique satellites, know where I am, where I'm going. But why this preoccupation with destination? Destiny is no more than the accumulation of where you've been and where you are. Furrowed brows look on in a funny sort of way. When you try to smile, you see the frowns. And when you frown, you see the smiles. A delicious, delicious sort of irony. Bleeding like a lamb from the dark forests of our passions, we look for a savior always, hoping that in that union we will be forever whole, looking down the spiraling path of a burbling brook, hoping that we don't fall into it, dashing our heads against stones. Feed upon the contemplative life, upon the sweet sounds and melodious notes of histories long gone. For death is nothing but sleep, and sleeping a kind of death. Still, feeling a certain amount of dread is inevitable. Oh, its imminence. How it fills the soul with untold fervor for action, and how few times we heed its call. Sailing off into the distance, shores of oblivion cloud the minds of aspirants. Oh, how I long for my thoughts to soar out of this mundane physical existence, hoping with each furtive glance towards my fellow man that we can all be swept along in a similar journey. To conceive the inconceivable. You can't know it until it's here. But sometimes we catch glimpses glimpses that fill our hearts with strength and newfound fortitude, leading us to ultimate demise. An untold freedom in this day and age to choose that which we will. Sending me far, far away. The tall grass brushes my ankles, and its tingling sends shivers up my spine. A fine, fine sort of place. And then there's the void, staring back at all of us, but not so much that it completely overtakes us, unless if we stare back at it with equal vigor. But even then, we float in its etheric grandeur, enveloped and I know not what. Oh, the power of the mind, the strength of the heart, its ability to form all manner of device, both pleasurable and the opposite. Oh, what artifices it conceives to bring us to whatever level it itself is on. Where do our thoughts exist? Like the Greeks say, is there a realm of forms, a place of concrete abstractness where these thought forms lay? Or is it all an illusion? Masks all the way down. Heed me not, for I am a fool, saying the things I think may be important, when very soon it will all be over. A trimmed fat off of a rotting carcass. That is what we are compelled to do if we are to live lives of meaning. The visceral fat being our disordered attachments, our disordered thoughts, all of the things that we can't do without. We must, by necessity, be willing to let them go, if only for the sake of a peace of soul. Trained in the arts of magic, your betters would seek to destroy you, for they themselves have bought the lie that they too are irrevocably destroyed. But no longer will your lies or theirs unnecessarily color your your greatest ambitions. May they be united to whatever sense of divinity lies beyond the immediate comprehension of our senses. Teeming with thoughts, emotions, desires, we all look to someone else to tell us what they are. What a gift, then, is solitude, a privilege. Yet so many times we look on it as a curse. And in some ways it arguably is. But that's just it. It's a deception. A deception meant to cloud our judgment, to diffuse our attention from those things that truly matter. Find freedom in solitude, in meditation, in self-reflection. Find comfort in those things that bring you the greatest suffering. For in doing so, you will find those things that make you whole, or as whole as anyone can be in this short span, this ephemeral existence. A test, a training ground, a place to prove our worth. And what more worthy of an opponent than ourselves? For our higher self knows the heights to which we may aspire to, the heights we may achieve, if we only believe that it is possible. And if that belief be true, if it not waver in any sense of doubt, then the inverse shadow must equally be just as true, which fills us with an unnameable dread. And so we flee. We flee into the depths of our mediocrity so that we might escape the shadow that our greatest greatness might cast, if we only had the courage to pursue it. Don't forget to smile. For in smiling, we come back to the realization of just how insignificant we all are. Tame your thoughts. Don't tame them. There are different paths that lead to the same wage, which is death. But in meeting that death, we may realize that the way others appraise us has no ultimate meaning, or even the best among us are forgotten. Instead, forsaking this human respect and conceit, may we through the formation of our own unique values, hold ourselves to a standard that no one else can judge. May we not judge ourselves, for none of us have the authority to do that to ourselves or anyone else. But may we look, perhaps with a sense of pride, as to who we've decided to become, what we've decided to achieve. Latent powers of observation lie within us all. All we have to do to see is choose not to look away. For in looking away, albeit it's a different choice, I posit that we cheat ourselves from some of the greatest, most poignant scenes that this life would offer us. We are voyeurs all, even before the age of television. So often we lose ourselves in story and narrative, looking to others that we might enrich our imaginative landscape with values that we could never hope to actuate. But we can actuate them. And even if we fail, even in the pursuit of so lofty a goal, we might glimpse something greater than ourselves. Again, glimpsing. We all long to see, but see what? That's the question. I don't know what I wish to see. I often fight to recapture a certain feeling. A certain sense of freedom, autonomy, agency that I feel was never truly lost. But through the course of life's events, I feel as if they've somehow become shrouded. Shrouded by my own feelings of a lack of self-worth. Did this come from others or from my reactions to others? From a desire to be accepted? For we are social creatures all, even the most isolated of us. Till the day comes, if and when we see the light of truth. May we, in the meantime, not stumble too blindly, too grievously, in the shadows of our own ignorance. perhaps through the grace of some higher power, we may transcend this tumultuous sea of woe. Lively and spirited though we may be, we are all children.